You know why we're here. We're here to make money. Cold hard cash. Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto Chester. My name is Chester, and today I'm going to be walking you through the crypto markets. And may I say, it's very nice to be back. First things first, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin here on the short-term time frame. That's going to be the hourly. Then we're going to be moving through to the midterm, the good old 4 hour. We're going to be talking about my position here that I got into around on this breakout. Obviously, we know that was quite a long time ago now, but we will be touching on that very briefly, and then we'll talk about a potential position that we are going to be looking for the midterm in the future, right? And then we're going to be touching on the longer term time frame because we are hovering around some very, very key points here in terms of supports and resistances, and also Fibonacci retracements as well. So really quite interesting stuff to be going over today. Quite exciting. We're going to be touching on the Fear and Greed Index as well. And then from there, it's basically the time to do altcoin requests, guys. We're going to be doing loads and loads of altcoin requests today. Probably a good hour-long stream or something along the lines of that. So get ready. Get steady. Now get ready to smash your altcoin requests in the chat, and I'll try and get through as many of them as I can, doing some fresh live TA for you. Let's do some shout outs right away. I think my chat. Yeah, there's my chat. Let's do some shout outs right away. We got Here Optimist coming through. We got Simon. We got Hey You. We got LR. We've got Rico from the Moon chat. Nice to see you on the stream there, bro. Probably nice to put a name to a face, right? We got Slothbag as well. We got ETHverse coming through, Navid, and also a lovely bit of Kane McKenzie as well. So yeah, lovely to see you all on the stream. Do appreciate you supporting the channel out here. And I can see we're on 11 likes already, and I haven't even started TA. So I do appreciate the likes coming through, guys. And I'd just like to take a step back for a second and say apologies. I've not streamed for probably a week now, and I haven't uploaded for probably a week now because I did have the dreaded vid. I did have the old C-vid coming through there, and yeah, it was wasn't the hottest thing in the world, but yeah, it was more my throat, and that's why I couldn't really talk properly. But in terms of the flu, it wasn't that bad. Like Omicron, easy, done it, completed it, mate. So yeah, not too bad there. But yeah, so apart from that, annoyingly, we're obviously having a storm in England, and it is cutting out the power and the internet, and it's been a bit of a problem this week, right? But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, the internet doesn't cut out. That's gonna be something that's gonna be really annoying if it does. But yeah, without further ado, guys, let's get straight into it. Starting off with BTC on the shorter term time frame. Just gonna have a little sip of my Lucozade, not a paid promotion, but we're gonna have a sip of the Lucozade, and then we're gonna carry on, right? Now, as you can see, straight away, just looking at the chart, guys, we do have a broadening wedge, guys. We do have a broadening wedge because we've obviously got this high coming through from here and then this lower high coming down, right? This is obviously causing a resistance point. God, you can already see that lag on the internet. We are finding resistance along this top side here, and this is causing us. We came up to test this again on February the 16th at 9 o'clock there, and found that resistance again when we did try to break that. Unfortunately, we didn't get the break, and we did actually cascade down really quite aggressively, seeing Bitcoin's price dump down around 10%. Right, very aggressive indeed. I did actually miss I missed my trade on this. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that at this point in time, but I did miss my trade. I was out. I was in the gym, I think I was, but yeah, really annoying there. But yeah, so as you can see, we are seeing a broadening wedge coming through there. That's obviously the resistance point on the top side there, and you can see the level of support that we are finding here, testing this trend line multiple times here. We are sat on the cusp of a potential breakdown scenario, guys. Another breakdown scenario to be looking out for there. In terms of a measure move here, it's not going to be the biggest thing in the world, but there's quite a few points I do want to go through with this because there's a lot of factors here. We've got volume weighted ATR band, guys. We've got all of the moving averages there that are really quite far apart. And we know what happens when we see far apart moving averages. And why is that not working? Yeah, here we go. Sorry, I'm just going to change this back to white because this is going to be the measure move down. Because obviously we're going to go on the least recent measure, the least recent downtrend coming through here for the broadening wedge to the downside here. Just because if we are going to be going on a nice greedy measure move like that, the chances of us getting a smaller position here and being less greedy rather than going for stupid percentages here and shorting all the way down to this level, it's just a little. We know greed is not the friend here, guys. We know greed is not the friend, and that's why we do the smaller measure move. It's 10 times more reliable. I've made 10 times more money throughout my trading career doing it like this rather than going for the big greedy measure moves, right? So yeah, this is going to be the measure move down that we are going to be looking for there. In terms of percentages for this breakout scenario, it's actually pretty juicy, guys. It's going to be pretty goddamn juicy in my opinion, and it's going to be 7.35 5% on the table to be taken. You know why we're here. I haven't done this in a long time. It's quite strange and kind of nervous as well. But you know why we're here, guys. We're here to make money. Cold, hard cash. You know the score, right? But yeah, a couple of things I want to talk about as well, just because we do have potential for a bullish divergence to be formed here. And also, we are currently below the volume weighted ATR band, guys. We know what happens. This is this little green bad boy here, right? When we're below this volume weighted ATR band, we do tend to usually trend below it, right? We do tend to usually start a downtrend below it. So let's look back at previous history ever so quickly, because when we do see us lose this green volume weighted ATR band here, as I was just saying, we tend to see a very nice downtrend and nice tests of it coming through there. So this is definitely something that we are going to be using as a piece of information here, because if we do stay below this, and the more candle body closes that we get below this, the higher chance for a big dump to the downside, right? And this is where we are going to be looking for a nice catch, right? We're looking for a nice catch coming through there when we do see a breakdown scenario coming through, right? That's going to be the scenario to be looking out for in terms of the measure move there for the breakout for that chart pattern. But another thing I do want to say, as we were just talking about, the distance between all major moving averages here, we've got the 10 simple, the 21 EMA, we've got the price action channel here, which is a very good indication to whether we're in an uptrend or whether we're in a downtrend. As you can see, we've got lovely red candles, so we are in a downtrend here below the price action channel at this point here. And also, we did have called up moving averages for this breakdown scenario as well. Now, the further apart these are, the stronger the trend is to the downside. And we will touch on the directional movement index coming through on the 4 hour, because that's obviously having some really interesting stuff going on there as well. So we will touch on that, and that obviously determines the strength of the trend as well there, guys. But yeah, in terms of a summary here for the 1 hour, what we're looking for here is a nice breakout scenario to the downside here, and also a nice breakout scenario to the downside, and also staying below this volume weighted ATR band, right? I do want to touch on the RSI ever so quickly, because we do have potential for a bullish divergence coming through here, guys, because you can see we do have it's not quite there as of yet, because obviously we do have this low here, and this is going to be the low coming through here on the RSI, and it's just getting ever so more closely to this horizontal point, right? So if we do actually come down here in terms of price action, and we don't quite get past this horizontal here on the RSI, then we are going to be forming a bullish divergence, guys. And that's an indication that a buyback could be coming through from this trend line, right? So we could be looking for a lovely test to the lower side here, bullish divergence coming through, and then basically a buyback scenario, right? It's a bullish divergence. It's going to be bullish. It's going to be a bit of upwards momentum coming through there. The key areas I really want to be looking out for here is obviously, as we were just talking about, it is this trend line, right? It's obviously this trend line, this massive level of support, but you can see the wicks that we've got, guys. You can see the wicks that we've got to the lower side, and this is where it's going to get interesting if this bullish divergence is going to be coming through, right? This is going to be the trap zone to be looking out for there. So this basically tells us, don't get into a position. Obviously, you guys do what you want. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm here to literally educate you in TA. That is it. I'm not going to be entering this trade until we've cleared this this trap zone coming through here, because it's lining up to basically be the perfect trap scenario with the bullish divergence there as well. So yeah, the entry point that I would be looking for Bitcoin to short Bitcoin here is 39,789, and then from there, basically riding that train all the way down, setting those take profits as we go, right? First take profit is going to be probably looking at something along the lines of this. As you can see, this is a very key area for resistance that we are seeing here around this 39,300. So yeah, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, because we've actually got some really quite nice direction, I would say, here in terms of levels of support, in terms of levels of resistance for a nice idea of where we're going to be taking profit as we are going to go down. I'm going to be setting 2 take profits as of now, but as I said, I'm going to be looking for an entry around this sort of area, and then basically going down for that 1.22% take profit for the first one there. And you know what happens when we hit our first take profit, guys? We take our stop loss and we move our stop loss to our entry point. The reason why we do this is to basically minimize losses, because if we do get reversed on at 39,300, when I say reversed on, a buyback coming through there, we've already taken profit once, we've taken our stop loss, we put our stop loss to our entry point, and we get stopped out at entry. Yes, we get stopped out at entry. We've already taken profit once, so what does that mean? It means it's a successful trade no matter what, right? It's called a gridding your take profits. It's a very valuable thing to be doing. I will say that. And it does take away the whole dopamine of seeing a massive profit on your trade, right? unreleased P&L. But yeah, so as you can see, this is the position that I'm going to be looking for Bitcoin if I don't miss the short again. It's going to be very annoying if I do. But yeah, just to summarize, we do have that bullish divergence, which is potentially going to be coming through there. In terms of the MACD, the macadamia nut, the McDonald's here, you can see, obviously we have had a micro uptrend today, right? We have had a micro uptrend today. But in terms of a reflection, in terms of the price here, if I can get rid of that for now, it was kind of due, right? After seeing a massive 9% dump there for Bitcoin, we need a bit of a buyback. We need a cheeky lower high there to have a bit more continuation to the downside. But what we need to remember here, guys, the trend for this uptrend is nearly coming to the end. So we are looking for a bearish crossover coming through here on the MACD, and that basically says cascade, falling down the stairs, right? Definitely something to be looking out for there for BTC here on the macadamia nut. That bearish crossover coming through, right? We've also got volume coming down in, I wouldn't say it's the strongest trend in the world, but it's still, technically the volume is trending, and we know what that means as well, guys. It means a breakout scenario is imminent, right? It's, as I said, the nicer the trend, down in terms of the volume here, the nicer and healthier the breakout is going to be. So far, it's not really the nicest thing in the world because we've got this whole gap of like hardly any volume there. So yeah, it's not the nicest thing in the world, but it is something that we can be using, right? Because we like to have as much information as possible here, right? But yeah, that's going to be Bitcoin on the short-term time frame, I think, guys. And 15 likes, you're killing it. You're absolutely killing it today, so I do appreciate it coming through there. And yeah, we're going to be moving through to the midterm time frame here for Bitcoin, because we've got some interesting things to be talking about, right? Some interesting things to be talking about. We've got Fibonacci retracements. Let's talk about the position that we were talking about last week. I think it was last week or the week before I got the old the flu, if you want to call it the flu. I got into a lovely long position coming through here, basically long this all the way up. Very, very nice. We were managing this position together. We ended up hitting our second last take profit. Yeah, second last take profit around 15.87%. That really, really nice indeed. And I did say if we lose the 0.23%, 0.236 Fibonacci retracement there, I would be moving my stop loss up and trailing it, right? And to be honest with you, I moved it up underneath the 200 EMA here, guys, and that was around 41,370 there. Obviously, we haven't spoke for this whole period, so that's why I'm just going to go through this. Because obviously it's educational purposes, guys. So as this is where I moved my stop loss to, just underneath this 200 EMA, and I was basically waiting to see if we would hold that support. And as you know, we absolutely banged it up in terms of level of support here on the 14th of February, and just trailed that up. So I was still in my long position. It was looking pretty good for the final take profit to be tapped at the top there. But unfortunately, we got absolutely wrecked. No, we basically just came down and hit stop loss, right? Not a problem. It was quite aggressive the way it came down, because obviously if you are looking at it like this, we did come down really, really quite aggressively when we did see that candle body close on that 200 EMA there, and basically just came down for the stop loss. But we already hit multiple take profits as we basically ran that long position up there. So it wasn't the end of the world. So yeah, let's get rid of that for now, because that is all done. Don't delete the Fibonacci. Yes, brilliant, it didn't. Very nice indeed. So yeah, let's talk about this Fibonacci retracement now, because this is where it's going to get quite interesting, guys, because this is, obviously we've got the low here, and we've got the swing high. We've got the swing low, the swing high of this uptrend, right? Of this uptrend. Really, really quite nice to see here, just because now we have seen the high, and we are trailing down for these retracements, right? The key area that we're looking for here is going to be the 0.5, the 50% sort of reversal point, because we know when we get to the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement line, when we do cross that, it usually is confirmation for the reversal of the trend, right? Which is very interesting, right? And the reason why it's interesting is because we have had a very, very nice uptrend, and we're getting dangerously close. I would say dangerously, very dangerously close to the 0.5 here, guys. If we do come down to this 39,076, they would say 39,000 for simplicity's sake there. If we do come down to 39,000 there, and we lose this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement line there, then this is the confirmation that we are going to be starting a new, more confirmed downtrend, right? Continuation downtrend coming through there. Obviously, we do have our high, we do have our lower high coming through there, and our clean invalidation of our higher lows, right? So this is what I would say is going to happen for Bitcoin now, just looking at the midterm time frame and referencing and referencing this this juicy, lovely level of support that we've got coming through here on the hourly, on the short term. So as you can see, guys, we do have that bullish divergence we were just talking about on the RSI, and now we're actually below, guys. We're below the 0.32 Fibonacci retracement here, which basically means there is going to be some sort of resistance there. So I would expect some downwards momentum here, guys. I would expect some downwards momentum here, probably inside of this trap zone, right? Inside of this trap zone around 39,700 and 39,800, right? 39,800, that sort of area, before a bounce back, guys. Before we have a bounce back for the bullish divergence to come up and find more resistance on the 0.382, and then some sort of continuation down is going to be probably expected, right? It all depends how we actually react here on this Fibonacci retracement, because if we do find support on here, then I would say we're probably going to come up, set another confirmed lower high. It's not anything good if we do that, guys. It's still not good if we do that, because we still have got this lower high miles away from this potential lower high that we've got coming through here, right? So yeah, if we do set a lower high here, then it's going to be high, lower high, continuation down, bouncing off the Fibonacci retracement of 50%, coming through, probably lower high again, and then continuation down, confirmation of that trend there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that does actually play out there. But yeah, definite things to be looking out for there in terms of that price prediction there. I would say it's a bit choppy, right? Because obviously we've got levels of support coming through on the shorter term time frame, but then it does look very nice here for some sort of a continuation downtrend and the confirmation of a downtrend coming through on the midterm as well there. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this does actually play out. I'm just jumping to the chat ever so quickly. Let me have a drink. My throat is saying moisturize me. LR says, very good taking profit technique. I've yet to try it. Greed is not our friend. No, greed is your enemy out here. And may I just say, excluding that loss that you did take, I think it was today or yesterday, LR, I would just say all of the other take profits that you were putting in the chat there, it was, honestly, I can't express this enough. It was really nice to see. Really nice to see a community member that has been so loyal to the channel in terms of support starting to really profit, and it was really nice to see. So I must say, well done to you. And who else have we got in the chat? We've got Phoenix coming through there. Nice to see you on the stream. We've got Hadra Salim. Nice to see you on the stream there, Hadra. I hope you've had a fantastic week. Morning, Chester. Hope you were well, bro. Getting there. We got Natalie Kelland. Huge upside potential with very little downside risk. Bit of a Wolf of Wall Street there, love it. We've got Cedric the Legend coming through as well. Where have you been? I've missed you. I had the old, you know, the illness, the one that everyone's talking about, yeah, that's I had that illness, right? Yeah, Secret Network is holding well, actually. I did notice that. It's doing pretty good. He says, so with the Fibonacci retracement thing, you start at the high and take it to the low. It works with I'm not going to go through like a lesson now, but with an uptrend, right, you've got to take the swing low and the swing high and the downtrend, right? But with the Fibonacci retracement, let me just run through it quickly. So when you're like this, when you're doing an uptrend, you start from the swing low to the swing high, and then this is your Fibonacci retracement. If you do cross the 0.5, say if we come down here, we're then what we're going to do, we're going to basically take, let me just get rid of that one. We're going to take the swing high and the most recent swing low, which will obviously be below the 0.5, right? Then we're going to have a new Fibonacci retracement because we're having a new downtrend, right? So the easiest ways to basically remember this is to have the 0 at the top and the 1 at the bottom if you're in an uptrend, and the 0 at the bottom and a 1 at the top if you're in a downtrend, right? That's a very simple, very simple way to just make sure you're getting your Fibonacci retracements drawn in the correct way, right? But yeah, so back to the chat ever so quickly. We've got my mother is calling me. Unfortunately, I can't answer that. That's going to be annoying. It's just going to ring for a minute. But yeah, so who else have we got in the chat? We got Sariga as well. Nice to see you on the stream there. Hope you're having a good week, right? 23 likes, guys. You're killing it. But yeah, so let's jump back to the RSI. I'm completely thrown off by that. Just have to bear with me, guys. But yeah, we were talking about the Fibonacci retracement on the 0.5 actually having that confirmation for us to be having that reversal of the trend, right? So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting point to be looking out for there in terms of a price around 39k there. Now, another sort of buyback scenario that could be valuable to us here, it is going to be the RSI here, guys. No insane divergences that we can see here. We are looking out for one here on the shorter term time frame, but nothing too crazy here on the midterm. But what I do want to say is there is going to be, God, that sun is coming through strong. We are looking at some sort of trend line coming down from obviously the high here and obviously the low coming through there. So yeah, it's interesting to see how this is going to play out, because if we do see any sort of big buyback for BTC there, this is going to be the resistance point to be looking out for there, and then we could expect continuation coming through from there. In terms of what's happening in the old Ukraine and Russia, it is all still up in the air. It's not obviously the greatest thing for the financial markets right now. There is fear. I think a lot of the markets at the moment, we've seen a lot of sideways action, obviously, bar the massive dump that we saw like a day or so ago for Bitcoin, the massive 9% retracement there. But overall, a lot of the markets are just a bit like, we don't really know how to take this, right? Because if it really does start kicking off and stuff, the financial markets will take a hit. Like, that's a fact. That's a fact. It will take a hit, and we know what happens when the normal financial markets take a hit, like forex and currencies and commodities and all this stocks and all that good stuff. We know Bitcoin, we know cryptocurrency. They take a 10 times bigger hit, right? 10 times more volatile, 10 times bigger hit. So we just need to be prepared for that and be ready to profit from that, right? Because if it's crashing like crazy, guys, we're gonna be making that money. We're gonna be predicting the direction. We're gonna be buying off the volume weighted ATR band. You know why we're here? We're here to make money, cold hard cash. God, I've missed the energy, right? Directional movement index, guys. This obviously determines the strength of, no it doesn't, the ADX determines the strength of the trend, and this basically it's a great idea for how strong the trend is going to be, and also what sort of trend we're going to have, right? Great piece of information to be using. We have just had obviously simplicity terms here, the blue coming down and the orange coming up. The orange is the negative crossing over with the positive, so this is a bearish crossover signifying a downtrend, guys. ADX at that point was actually, very interesting stuff, below 18. So in that stance, we use the 20 and the 25 for very key points to give us a direct, to give us an idea of the strength of the trend, referencing the ADX, right? And if the ADX is above 20 here, it shows that the trend is going to be quite strong. If it's above 25, it shows it's going to be really quite strong. Where are we sat now? We're sat around 31, guys. Really, really quite strong indeed. But what I was just saying is, when we did have that bearish crossover, that the ADX was quite low. So it was quite hard to get a gauge of how strong that trend was going to be at that time. It was basically saying probably not going to be that strong there. But we are seeing a bit of a different story coming through there. But yeah, no indicators 100%, but yeah, it's just a nice little example there. ADX really climbing here, and that basically shows there is still pressure to the downside coming through there. RSI near enough oversold there, so I would expect some sort of buyback coming through from there. We do have that bullish divergence coming through on the shorter term time frame to be referencing as well. That's going to be the midterm sort of summed up there. I mean, we could do, should we do? Yeah, let's do a position. Let's do a position. Let's get rid of that, and so I'm going to keep this trend line, because that's obviously, you can see the strength of this is very, very, very strong there. So I'm basically going to be just try and imagine these trend lines aren't there, right? I'm going to draw some more because we are obviously on a very, very key area here. As you can see, lovely, lovely, lovely support here from this upward sloping support line coming through here. Very, very key area here. We are potentially on a breakdown scenario, and that's going to be referencing that short position that we are looking for here on the short term as well, right? So yeah, it's looking fairly bearish in that sense there from breaking this trend line there. But another scenario, guys, we've got a trap zone. We still do have a trap zone, and if that is going to correlate with the trap zone for the shorter term time frame, it's going to be looking pretty pretty good for a bounce, right? And that is going to be 39.9, 39.8, and let's jump to the shorter term time frame. 39.8. Amazing stuff coming through there. So yeah, it's very likely that we are going to test this trend line and then bounce up from there, right? So yeah, just please be wary with entering your short positions here, because it is looking like there is going to be some sort of bounce scenario from the bullish divergence as well. Now, with that upward slope and support line that we did just draw in there, I do want to draw in another trend line coming through, probably something along the lines of this, getting as many touches as possible here. You can see resistance coming through, resistance coming through, resistance coming through again. Didn't quite get there in setting the lower high at this zone here, but we did set a lower high and did crash before then, right? So yeah, it's interesting to see how this is playing out here, because that has formed... It has formed a rising wedge channel. That's formed a rising wedge chart pattern there, guys. And rising wedges, they tend to usually break to the downside. So let's do a prediction remove for a break to the downside coming through from here. And obviously, we know the score. We know the score. We're not going to be just saw like some crazy stuff fly past the window. And obviously, guys, if you do know, we know the UK is having a bit of a storm at the moment, right? So yeah, it's interesting to see debris and stuff flying around. But yeah, so as you can see here, this is going to be the measure move down for this rising wedge chart pattern here. In terms of percentages for this potential short position, it's lining up really quite nicely with that with the short term, short term for Bitcoin, right? So yeah, it's interesting to see how that is going to play out there. But yeah, let's move on to the longer term time frame, because we have cleared this trend line coming through from there that we were talking about for quite a while. Fibonacci retracement coming up to the 0.382, banging it off that. Hopefully finding support there. Didn't quite get there, lost it. Bounced quite nicely off the 55 moving average there, but didn't quite... basically getting held back again and again by these Fibonacci retracements, right? At the end of the day, let's just take a step back. At the end of the day, guys, from the all-time high, we're still in a downtrend, right? We haven't had that confirmation, that 50% confirmation, the 0.5 confirmation that we're looking for that initial reversal of the trend, right? So yeah, unfortunately, this is technically still quite a big macro downtrend here, and it is probably looking at some sort of downwards momentum to have continuation here, guys. In terms of area to be looking out for, there is the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement there. We're definitely going to be using that as a take profit there for our short position, and that's at 39,172 there. So if we jump back to our short position, 39,172, 39,000. Have we already got that? 39,170. Yeah, it's pretty much slap bang on that other take profit, right? So so yeah, we're just gonna keep using that, right? We'll use that as a piece of information there. But yeah, overall, guys, you guys pretty much know what's happening here on the longer term time frame. We're still in this chart pattern coming through from here, and we are still in a macro downtrend, right? So yeah, not looking the hottest thing in the world. But yeah, moving away from Bitcoin, guys. Moving away from Bitcoin now, guys. I do want to jump into some altcoin requests. So yeah, let's smash some altcoin requests in the chat there, guys. Yeah, smash your altcoin requests in the chat, and I'll get to them as soon as physically possible, right? I'm probably going to look at Secret Network for Cedric first, because he said it's holding well, so we'll have a little look at that. How do you feel about Nasdaq's correlation to Bitcoin and whether this invalidates Bitcoin TA? It's a wildcard along with Ukraine. The thing is, with Nasdaq and the stock markets in general, right? If we've got a bullish stock market, we've got bullish Bitcoin. If we've got a bearish stock market, we've got bearish Bitcoin. They tend to usually correlate together. And the whole thing with Ukraine and Russia and stuff, for me personally, my opinion on this, I think it's more of a financial war, financial scare sort of scenario there. Because if someone's speaking of war and stuff like that, if I don't really want to talk about war and stuff, but if countries going to go to war in this day and age, I think Putin said it the other day as well on some announcement. It's not good for anyone. Because we're so advanced in weaponry now, it's just ridiculous, right? It won't go well. So it's not a win for either side there. But the real win here, the real win for like the world now, and I think China are very, very good at this. It's the financial war, right? It's a financial war, an economic war that they're obviously. That I think is sort of driving what's going on at the moment, right? So yeah, in terms of is it all going to be FUD? We'll just see how it all reacts, right? We'll see how it all reacts. But I do think a lot of it is just scaring people out of the markets, right? Could you look at Omi, please, from Alfie? I'm sure we can. I'm gonna have a look at what was it first? Excuse me. What was it first? It was Secret Network for And guys, you will have to excuse. It's going to be some. There probably will be quite a lot of old TA coming through from here. I haven't been trading that much in terms of other altcoins, just because I've been fairly under the weather, and that's something that I would say that is that the right one listed on Binance. Yeah, it's the right one. I would say when you are under the weather, and obviously I had the old vid. It does give you like brain fog and stuff like that, so you can't really look at the charts clearly and stuff like that. I know you're not at work and you're like, oh, I've got time off, I can do some trading and stuff like that, but you just got to be confident in your decisions and stuff like that. And when you do have the brain fog from that from the virus and stuff, then it's not for me. I'm looking at the charts, I'm like, yeah, that looks right. I'll place a trade and it won't come in or something like that. And because if I lose a trade, I always try and dissect that trade into why it lost and stuff like that, just so you can learn from your mistakes, right? And better yourself, because that's obviously what you got to continuously do here. So yeah, I wasn't trading that much when I was suffering with the old illness, right? So yeah, there will be some old TA. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm rambling on a bit today. I think it's just because I haven't streamed in like a week or something. It's quite nervous. I was quite nervous jumping onto the stream, right? We do have a symmetrical triangle chart pattern, guys, coming through for Secret Network. It's interesting as well because it is actually holding its own really quite nicely, I would say. The level of support that we are looking for here is really, really quite strong here. Banging it up. I would say one thing here, called up moving averages there for Cedric there. Called up moving averages, they do mean a pretty strong breakout scenario is imminent, right? So we could see a nice breakout in the price coming to the upside here. I would say we do have heavy resistance coming through from $6.6 as well there. So it's going to be interesting to see how this does plan out. If there is going to be any sort of trade here, I would be looking for a lovely long position up here. And it's not going to be the smoothest thing in the world, right? It won't be the smoothest thing in the world, but it's not going to be the roughest thing either, because we are going to be above all major moving averages there. And we are going to be, first take profit is going to be here, obviously depending on when we get in here, and we're going to be looking for a breakout scenario when we get in there, and then from there, basically, you know the score, guys. Staggering those take profits all the way up, staggering them all the way up, no matter how close they are, as long as you're banking profit continuously, then you're going to be making money, right? In terms of percentages here, we're going to be looking for, and obviously, once we hit our first take profit, guys, stop loss to entry, you know the score, around 18% on the table to the upside here, to the downside here for a potential short position, because we know if Bitcoin's going to start crashing, why are we not going to be making money? You know why we're here. We're here to make money. So yeah, this is the short position to the downside. We need to prepare for all different scenarios here, guys. Regardless of the bias of being bullish or bearish, at the end of the day, no matter where it goes, we can still be making money. So yeah, it's going to be around a 10.95% on the table for us to take. Very nice indeed. In terms of an entry point for that, obviously, same scenario again. This is going to be the most recent low that we have seen in this little micro downtrend here. It is going to be a higher low if we are going to see progression to the upside here, but I'm not going to be getting in until we see a nice break to the downside here of this trend line, and then first take profit here. Very nice stuff indeed. First take profit around $6, and then from there, basically just riding that wave all the way down in terms of staggering those take profits, guys. Yeah, staggering those take profits. I like to have 4 take profits. That's my more favorable sort of favorable scenario there, and it's very easy. It's a lot easier to split your equity up into like 25% each pop, right? So that's the more favorable thing there. So yeah, I do try and get another one, whether I jump down to shorter term time frames to get that. But yeah, that's what I would say. The more favorable thing for me is getting 4 take profits in there. And just gives it, for me, it's just a bit more structure, right? But yeah, that's going to be 10.97% on the table, looking pretty good indeed. Not going to ramble on too much today and think about stuff. We're going to do mana for Simon, and then we're going to do AVAX. I must say, it's nice to be back. Nice to be back. It's taking a week off, right? Week off streaming. Bit of Decentraland coming through there. Not a week off working, I tell you that. I don't stop. Yeah, so we do have that pretty strong chart pattern coming through from there. But yeah, that's we're going to get rid of that for now and do some fresh TA, because we are seeing some nice stuff coming through. As I said, there probably will be some outdated TA coming through there. Cedric says, thank you, Chester. I appreciate you sharing. It helps. Not a problem, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, let's have a little look at here, because obviously this is going to be the downward sloping resistance line coming through from there, and it is going to be a symmetrical triangle chart pattern as well. Interesting stuff, guys, because let's bit of education here. Symmetrical triangle chart pattern at the top of an uptrend. We know it's like a bored ape. It mutates. It mutates into a bullish pennant chart pattern, guys. A bullish pennant chart pattern basically means a continuation to the upside. usually, right? Usually means continuation to the upside. So in terms of a nice long position here for Mana, this is something that I would be looking for there. There, here, everywhere. It's going to be something along the lines of this, obviously depending on where we're going to break to the upside here. Still speculatively speaking here, this is going to be the measure move. This is going to be the percentage here. We do have a volume-weighted ATR band, guys. Very, very, very crucial. You can see the resistance, the price action along this little bad boy here. If we do get above it, we like to trend above it until we lose it again, right? Granted, yes, we did lose it there. So this is going to be interesting to see if we can get above it when we do actually have this really nice breakout scenario there. So yeah, definitely something to be looking out for there when we are riding that wave up. In terms of, I know quite a few of you don't have this, but it's going to be around, when we do hit that price action, it's probably going to be around a 3.83, 3.7, that sort of area to be looking out for there for a take profit. In terms of getting in, we're going to be looking at some sort of scenario like that. This is going to be, yeah, I like to go on the highest point for a take profit there, just because it's a bit more reliable. But I would say it's quite choppy. It is quite choppy in this area, so there's definitely something to be looking out for there. If the price action is not looking very strong, when we do have a lovely breakout from this zone here, when obviously the entry point is going to be here, 3.31. If we don't have a nice strong breakout from there, and it is kind of just sideways action, I really would probably bring my first take profit down just for a security sort of bubble there, because we're looking for clean breakouts, right? And if it's not going to be a clean breakout, we're likely to see rejection, right? And if we're already hitting the first take profit, stop loss to entry, then it's a win, right? At the end of the day, we know that score. So yeah, that's what I would say here about Decentraland, looking for continuation to the upside from this bullish pennant chart pattern there. But yeah, not looking too bad. I would say at this point in time, unfortunately, yes, you are below all major moving averages there, and moving averages, as you can see, let's zoom in a bit, shall we? Let's zoom in a bit, because you can see the direction of all these moving averages right now. We've got the 10 simple coming down. We've got the 21. We've got the price action channel, and also the 55. These are going to be coiled up, right? They're going to be coiled up pretty imminently in the next 10 to 12 hours or so, right? That's what we're going to be looking at there, and we know what happens with coiled up moving averages, guys. Big breakouts in the price, right? Coiled up moving averages, breakouts in the price. So yeah, is this going to correlate well with where we're at? It's going to be interesting to see how that does actually plan out, right? So yeah, let's carry on with that. Let's move on to what is next. A bit of AVAX, we said. AVAX. And I need to do a poll. For what time? Yeah, because I'm changing my routine, guys. I'm changing my routine, and a lot of you know I'm very strict on my routine usually. Like, down to like every half an hour, I schedule my whole day, every day, in my journal and stuff like that, because it's a very, very good way to like practice self-discipline and stuff like that. And you get 10 times more stuff done, in my opinion, right? So what I'm going to be doing a poll for here is what time would you like me to stream in the morning? Because ideally, what I do want to be doing now, I want to be getting up at 5 a.m. and streaming from like 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. or something along the lines of that. So I just want to... Obviously, I stream for you guys. I stream to teach you guys. In terms of a gain for me, it's more of a I have fun doing it. That's the gain for me. I don't really get a financial gain from you guys at all, right? I get that from trading, and that's why I'm not shilling you affiliate links and stuff like that. So I just want to check with you guys what's the best time that you would like me to be streaming, because ideally for me it would be better to be doing it earlier, but obviously if it doesn't work for you guys, then obviously I'll chop it around, because you guys are the priority, right? And you've been like dedicating your time to watching my streams and stuff like that. So what time is the best time to stream? And I'm gonna do 6 a.m. till 7 a.m. or 7 a.m. to, obviously this is English time, guys. 7 a.m. till 8 a.m. right? Maybe even 8 a.m. till 9 a.m. right? So yeah, we'll put that one in there as well. But yeah, guys, let me know in the chat, and no typos. Yeah, we all good. I think. Didn't read the question, but yeah, let me know in the chat is what you would prefer in terms of the best time for me to stream, right? Because I am chopping up my schedule a bit because I've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment in terms of projects and stuff. So yeah, let's carry on with BTC, not BTC. Let's carry on with some altcoins, right? AVAX coming through there. This is going to be quite an interesting scenario there, because obviously we do have, this is really quite interesting actually. You can see the level of support here from this rising parallel channel, guys. This is obviously a live position that could actually be, we could profit from a potential short position here on AVAX. It's going to be looking pretty good actually. So what I do want to say here is that level of support that we were just talking about, there is slippage here, guys. The slippage in terms of the trap zone is this area here around 76.40, right? What time zone? It's going to be the UK time zone. I can't remember it off the top of my head, right? You've got BST and is it GMT? I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, it's going to be English time, right? Unfortunately, English time. So wherever you are in the world, subtract the hours ahead or hours behind you are. But yeah, anyway, this is going to be a potential short position here for AVAX to be looking out for there. And it's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine for this to be happening, because you can see we've actually trended up for quite a while now, all the way since 22nd of January, in fact. So yeah, it's been a very strong uptrend there. So yeah, if we do see a breakdown scenario there, then it's going to be pretty good indeed, right? It's going to be pretty good indeed, because we're going to be losing major moving averages there as well, which we know are very crucial. This is going to be the measure move down to be looking out for there. The measure move down to be looking out for there is going to be something along the lines of this. We're not going to be getting in until we've cleared the 200 EMA there, and also had the breakout of the trap zone as well there, which could be somewhat around here, around 83.50, 82.50, that sort of area there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Nearly 10% on the table, my good people. Nearly 10% on the table to be taken there. So obviously I'm not a financial advisor. Don't go take this trade. Go do your own research. Go do your own TA and make your mind up yourself. I'm not a financial advisor at all. So yeah, this is definitely a position I would be looking for anyway. But yeah, as you can see, as well as this potential breakdown scenario that we are looking for, it is also moving averages lining up to be called up as well. And we know what happens with called up moving averages. Breakout in the price, right? Breakout could be to the downside in the price as well there. So yeah, nice bit of money to be made there for a nice AVAX short there. In terms of take profits, I'm going to be just banging in loads. Just banging in loads of take profits, right? Usually 4. But yeah, first take profit, probably something along the lines of... I do like that for a first take profit. Where are we? Yeah, I do like that for a first take profit. You can see a candle body close in that area. You can see a nice wick to the downside there. And wait, no, that was the wrong one. It was a bit higher. Yeah, it was around this sort of area, obviously, depending on the 200 EMA. That's probably going to be entry, actually. I don't know where I've gone a bit wrong there. I think it was that wick. Yeah, it was this wick here that I'm looking at, right? That wick there that I'm looking at, because you can see, if we're flashing back in time a bit here, guys, these two candles from this horizontal that I was just plotted in there, you can see actually how bullish these candles are, right? Two very bullish candles on this horizontal. So that's very interesting to see. It basically shows us that this area is going to be a very key area to be looking out for there for a big bounce, right? Especially if we get candle body close over it as well. So yeah, that's going to be a take profit to be looking out for there. For GMT, not GMT. Just seeing GMT in the chat, right? That's that's really fascinating, right? How my subconscious just saw that and just picked it up and just obviously propelled it to you guys. But yeah, let's move on. That's going to be the trade for AVAX that I would be looking for there. Let's do some more requests. Lethal Mind says, checking in, keep crushing it, Chester. Thank you very much, man. Do appreciate it. Ella says, we love you. You're doing great. That's great. Alfie, now I'm going to do OMI for you. OMI. OMI. Oh my God. Yeah, just going to have a drink of a bit of Lucozade and we're going to carry on. I see we've got 12 votes in the poll at the moment, and we've got 8 a.m. till 9 a.m. is currently winning. Not ideal, admittedly. Not ideal, guys. But yeah, obviously I had to cater to the audience. So yeah, we'll see how that poll ends, right? When we see maybe a few more people joining and stuff like that, right? So. Damn, I love a bit of Lucozade. Now, straight off the bat, falling wedge. Falling wedge chart pattern coming through there, guys. For OMG coming through. I would say something along the lines of, not like that. We're going to go like that, right? We're going to look at a falling wedge coming through. It's going to be something along the lines of this, and something probably along the lines of this with a trap zone. With a trap zone, which we did actually flirt down and tap there with a little gracious, flirtatious tap coming through there. That's going to be the trap zone to be looking out for there, guys, because you have actually seen a big bounce to the upside there. O2 roof being blown off. Oh, God, that's not good. Hope everyone's okay. Hope there's no injuries. But yeah, it's getting fairly windy over here in the southwest. We've got a red warning. Crazy stuff. I just feel like obviously it's not ideal having loads of wind, but I feel like when I was a lot younger, I feel like before we had all the internet and all of that with communication of like how weather communication would trend, right? Because if we've got an aggressive storm coming through, it's kind of the word of mouth. It pops up all over social media and it just like feeds it into everyone's brains, right? I feel like when I was probably, I don't know, maybe 10, a lot younger, we had worse storms. I'm pretty sure we had worse storms. It might be because I was young, but it was just 10 times windier and stuff like that, right? So yeah, I don't think this is anything that extreme. I mean, we've got a couple of wheelie bins flying around and stuff, but it's not quite any of the storms and stuff that America and stuff has, right? I think it's just the UK just being a bit wussy, if that makes sense. Right? We've got 8.7% to the downside here for OMG. It is a falling wedge, guys. They tend to usually break to the upside, so we need to basically be taking into consideration that potential for that as well. The move to the upside is going to be something along the lines of that for the most recent uptrend there, but we are going to be looking at something a bit different, right? It will be, speculatively speaking, it will be a bit smaller because when we do actually see a breakout, we would have actually had another micro uptrend coming through there as well. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how that does actually play out there, how that does go. But yeah, in terms of percentages there, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I think I'm rambling on a bit about too many altcoins. But yeah, around 11.36% to be looking out for there as well. I would say we are below. We are actually setting lows in terms of this trend really quite aggressively. So yeah, it is still looking bearish. We've invalidated higher lows here and set lower highs. So yeah, it is looking fairly bearish. I would say it's actually probably going to break to the downside just looking at it there. So yeah, I would say on OMI, pretty bearish indeed on this chart. Have I done the wrong did the wrong coin, right? OMI Ecomi. Let me see if I can find the right coin, man. I do apologize. Yeah, okay. Hold my hands up. I apologize, man. Let's do it on Ascendex. I've done TA on this before. You can see. Let's zoom out and see what's good, because we do have quite a large ascending triangle, guys. Quite a large ascending triangle. They tend to usually mean continuation of the upside, but from what you can see here, we are actually seeing not continuation of the downside, but we are seeing a potential breakdown scenario coming through there. It's going to be really quite big, really quite aggressive if this is going to happen there. So yeah, something along the lines of that, and short position, something along the lines of so. I think this is probably more of a hodl, not so much of a trade. But if I was hodling this, I would be I'd be selling my bags if we lost a 0.005 there. Rookie error, lol. Yeah, I'd be selling my bags if we lost that, and then buying back at lower prices, because that's basically the confirmation that we are going to be coming down lower. But yeah, if we are going to see, and the way that you can do this, sorry, I should probably go into a bit more education about that, guys, just because obviously I know quite a few of you don't trade leverage and you're more spot traders out here. So if you are trading spot and this is more of a hodl for you, and you can see a breakdown scenario coming through here, if you actually sell your hodl here, technically you're shorting. Technically you are shorting, just because you are going to be buying back at lower prices, right? So in terms of your take profits for your shorts here, if you were like shorting this on leverage, right? Just trying to make this make sense for you guys. So you sold your bags here, you sold your Ecomi here, and you're buying back at every take profit, right? So you're buying lower prices. So technically you're making profit from where you sold here, because you're getting lower prices and accumulating more coins as you're buying these take profits as you're coming down, right? That's technically you are shorting, right? If that makes sense, right? trying to describe that in the best way possible, right? But yeah, that's what I would say about OMI. It does look fairly bearish right now, right? If we are going to see this breakdown coming through there. But yeah, you've got a lovely trap zone for a lovely buyback scenario coming through there. And to be honest with you, you've got higher lows. it's not the worst scenario for a nice big pump to the upside. If you can get above all major moving averages, that's what I really would look out there for on the daily. But yeah, let's move on to Broken Soldier Music says, what do you think about Cell Frame? Don't know that much about the coin in general, but I can have a look at the TA side of things for you, my good sir, my good sir. And guys, if you are new to the stream, granted, yes, I've not been it's not really a good chart for this, my good sir. I've not been the most active because I was fairly ill the last week, but I'm back. I'm here to stay. Granted, yes, I returned on Friday, not ideal, but and also next week's gonna be a bit choppy as well because I've got a wedding to go to on Tuesday. So yeah, it's not gonna be the most content-filled week next week, but I will be aiming to try and stream. I will be streaming Monday morning. I will be streaming Thursday and Friday. I will be streaming Monday and Thursday, Friday morning without fail, right? But I've got to go to a wedding and going to stay in a hotel and stuff on Tuesday night. So yeah, I won't be streaming. I could maybe stream Tuesday morning. Maybe. Depends on what organized I am, right? We'll see. But yeah, hopefully I can. If not, I'm going to see if I can prepare some sort of videos for you guys. Maybe a bit of a breakdown on a few altcoins or something like that, just to keep you guys going for content, right? 8 to 9, you'll be streaming when the markets open in New York. Ooh, interesting. That's 5 p.m. to 8 to 9 on my time. I'll be at work, so I won't vote on this. I'll catch replays, I guess, lol. Yeah, 8 to 9 seems to be taking the vote, guys. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Interesting. Might have to compromise it and do like a 7:30 till 8:30 or something. What have I got in my diary? I've got my diary 7 a.m. till 8 a.m. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know in the Telegram anyway, guys. If you do want to join the Telegram, the link is in the description as well, right? Then you got the news people on the TV tripping out and telling you to take cover, lol. Yeah, it's true. I hate tornado this season, even though when I lived in Tennessee, I lived in a city that was surrounded by mountains, but the wind and everything's still crazy scary. Yeah, I think the UK are just a bit. We have absolutely, like, granted, yes, we do have rainy weather and stuff, but it's not really like dangerous weather. Yeah, not good, Dirk Daring. not the ideal scenario there. Thomas says, a VXV shout if you can, please. Let's have a look at that for Thomas. VXV. Vector Space AI. Artificial Intelligence. This looks cool. I mean, the name, it doesn't look cool. The chart looks pretty awful, but the name sounds cool. Let's see. Oh. Worst chart of the day. No, it's it's not Thomas. It's not the best chart, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be as honest as possible. It's not great, man. It's not the best chart. If you are looking for any sort of positivity here, it's a hell of a dip to buy. Tell you that, it's a hell of a dip to buy. Positivity here would be this lower high. If you can see any sort of pump here, you will be setting a higher low from this low here, and then you can talk about the idea of breaking this lower high here. If you can break this lower high here, something's flying around outside and it's very noisy. If you break that lower high here, then yeah, you could be looking for progression to the upside. But that's just it's really bad. God, the wind is getting bad. It's getting bad. I love how a minute ago I was there like, oh, England weather's not that bad. Just completely contradicted myself, right? It sounds pretty bad. It's just like I'm going on stats, right? So we're probably getting what, like 80 mile an hour winds here, maybe like 100 miles an hour. I swear like America gets like 150 miles an hour winds or something like that. I'm laying in stables for it. Some good news for you there, Thomas. It's a falling wedge. They tend to usually break to the upside, right? So falling wedges tend to usually break to the upside. So if you are looking for some sort of price target here, you could be looking at something along the lines of this. In terms of percentages there, not too shabby at all, around 12% there. So yeah, not too bad. Not too bad there, Thomas. But I would say it's not the hottest chart here on the macro scale, right? Let's I'm a little bit back jumped in the video a little late. No worries, man. Do appreciate you coming through. And I didn't think we'd have that many people as well today, because when you don't stream for a while, it's YouTube just throw you down, right? They throw you down on the YouTube algorithms. Lethal Mind, let's do a bit of Solana for you there, sir. Oh god, it's nice to be back. That's one scenario, and another scenario is it's nice to not feel ill. It's nice to not feel ill. I actually feel really good. So yeah, it's a good feeling, right? Because obviously I did stream with COVID. Damn, I said it, man. YouTube are gonna crucify me now. I did stream like I think it was for 4 days with it, and it wasn't that great. It was pretty hard, but yeah, it was all right. It was okay. But yeah, let's get rid of this TA. Let's get some fresh stuff coming through there for Solana there. Let's get some fresh stuff coming through there. I can't vote on the poll because I don't know whose time zones you are using. The UK, baby. The UK, Mr. Miles. Can't remember whether I replied to your message or not. I definitely read it. Apologies if I didn't reply. I will go and reply. Pretty sure I replied. Maybe. I definitely read it though. But yeah, I will get back to you, man. Falling wedge for Solana. Tends usually break to the upside, guys. There is going to be a break here. It's actually going to be very clean, guys. It's going to be very, very clean, because this is we're going to be above all major moving averages when we do see a breakout of the price here, and you can see the distance. The distance from here to here is actually, it might be perfect. Might be perfect for some sort of measure move coming through there, right? In terms of a take profit, right? So yeah, it's gonna be really, really quite nice to see how that does actually play out there. And good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Mr. Miles. It's fairly windy out there. In terms of percentages there for Solana, right? We are in a micro downtrend, just to clarify. 14.57% falling wedges tend to usually break to the upside. That's what we could be looking for there. In terms of higher lows, lower highs, higher lows, lower highs. What was I going to say there? Higher lows? Lower highs? No, I used to mess up on it, but the way that you say it anyway. But yeah, so as you can see, this is obviously the low. We've got higher lows coming through here, and you can see a high low coming through there as well. You can see the high that we've got there, and you can see lower highs being created, and also the invalidation of the most recent higher low, which unfortunately does mean downward selling momentum. And this is a confirmed lower high, right? Confirmed lower high means we're likely to come down and potentially breach this this lovely, really, really quite nice level of support here. If that is going to happen, money, cold hard cash on the table for you to take. It is going to be something along the lines of this in terms of a measure move down. It's going to be money. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for cash. I think I make myself laugh far too often. 12.66% there. Really quite nice indeed to be looking out for there. And I would say volume weighted ATR as well coming through, looking pretty good as well for a lovely juicy take profit. But yeah, money on the table to be taken. Money on the table to be taken. And yeah, that's pretty much an hour, near enough an hour. So I am going to be calling it a day, guys, unfortunately. I will do B&B, actually, for Sarigra, because you were here for the whole stream, and I did miss your request, and I just saw that, so yeah, I do apologize. But we are going to see, we're going to see a bit of B&B coming through there. And yeah, it is the OGs. The OGs are here, so I do appreciate you all, guys. I appreciate you all. It's a juicy time. It's a juicy time right now. I know you're slightly delayed as well, so you probably see that that chat coming through when I'm speaking about something else, right? But yeah, in terms of Binance Coin right now, we do have a broadening wedge, upward slope and broadening wedge as well. In terms of a breakdown scenario to be looking out for there, a trade for BNB here, it is going to be something along the lines of this, right? It's not actually going to be that bad. It is a little bit choppy coming out the gate here, but we know about these horses. They can run and they can finish the race after having a really bad start here. So yes, that's a weird analogy, but yeah, anyway, we are going to be looking for some sort of entry coming through when we see this breakout here. This is obviously going to be the first take profit, because you can see the level of support that we are getting on this horizontal here, banging it up from there. Very nice indeed. So yeah, that's going to be definitely going to be our first take profit there. Stop loss probably is going to be above all major moving averages as these do come down here. They are coiled up moving averages, guys. Coiled up moving averages does mean a breakdown or a break up in the price. So yeah, just be aware for that. That's going to be interesting to see as well. Coiled up moving averages, big break in the price there. So coiled up moving average could mean a big breakdown in the price there. This could be a quick flowing, pretty juicy short position to be taken advantage of there. In terms of another take profit, I would be looking for something along the lines of that. You know me, I like 4 take profits, guys, just for simplicity's sake and reliability there. Probably one around there, definitely one around there. Definitely one around there, and then obviously finishing off the measure move, the completion of the measure move there at around 11.54. As you can see, we do have the volume weighted ATR band coming up as well, and that's obviously going to be acting as a very, very strong level of support as well. So yeah, that's going to be Binance Coin for you there, Sarigra. But yeah, thank you ever so much for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it. And Blocksville, the Discord is absolutely free, my good sir. I updated the link. It is in the Telegram. No, it's not in the Telegram. The link is in the description of the live. So yeah, apologies. It was out of date for quite a while, but yeah, it's absolutely free. And I'm thinking to do some sort of like trading thing when we all jump in there once a week or something for like an hour or so. I think that'd be quite cool, just to really like solidify the community, right? £150 per month minus £150 per month on deal. It's absolutely free, man. So yeah, jump in the Discord, man. That'd be quite cool. We got like 500 members or something, but the community is more Telegram based at this time. So yeah, I would, if you did want to like get stuck in with the community, this is for you, obviously, Blocksville. If you did want to get stuck in with the Telegram, stuck in with the community, Telegram's the place to go. It's always popping off in there. We always say good morning to each other and good stuff like that. We're supporting each other through life as well as trading and stuff like that as well, right? So yeah, good stuff coming through. Oh, so do you take tips or something? There's a donation thing, but I don't. Look, man, I'm very passionate about. I'm not here to shill you guys exchanges, coins, and stuff like that, right? I'm here to literally teach you guys and educate you for free, right? I make my money through trading. I'm not like all these. I'm not going to say all these other YouTubers. I'm not like a few of the other YouTubers that spend ages shilling your coins 24/7. Well, not coins, but shilling you affiliate links and all this stuff, because I make my money solely through trading. So yeah, it's all free, man. I'll tip you. Okay, I got both. You don't need to, man. It's absolutely fine. But in terms of like we do have the membership thing, right? And hey, user member, you can see that the planet with the number 2 by his name, right? That's the equivalent of buying me like a beer in the pub or something like that for like Monday morning. Oh, is the internet gone? What a time to end, right? YouTube takes so much of it. I hate donating to people on YouTube because they take a lot of it. I think they take 70. No, I think we get 70 or 80% of it, something along those lines, right? But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Thank you ever so much for tuning in, guys. I will be back for Monday morning. Nice, bright and breezy start of the week. Be careful this weekend, guys. It's a choppy market, right? Very, very choppy market. So yeah, just be careful. But yeah, I'm waffling on a bit now. Really bad at outros. But yeah, thank you ever so much for tuning in. I will be back Monday. But yeah, for now, it's gonna be peace out. And goodbye from me, Crypto Chester. It's good to be back. Juicy! You know why we're here. Cold hard cash. We're here to make money.